Six Underground stars Reynolds, Adria, Arjona, Corey Hawkins, Ben Hardy, Dave Franco, Melanie, Laurent, and is directed by Michael Bay, and tells the story of six billionaires forming a vigilante squad after faking their deaths in order to take down notorious criminals. Each member was brought to the team by their leader for their unique skills and the desire to erase their past and change their future. But what happens is they have to go stop another bad guy. In the case of our main villain of the movie. Going into Six Underground, let me just say that it's a Michael Bay movie, and I didn't know that this was coming out, but I was kind of interested to see how it would turn out. But Michael Bay has been a very hit and miss director. Sometimes he has good movies like Bad Boys 2, The Rock, the first Transformers movie, even the third Transformers movie. But then he has really bad movies like Pearl Harbor, Transformers: The Last Night, and yeah, he has some okay at best films like Armageddon and Pain and Gain. So, and I'll just say, after watching Six Underground, this is one of his worst ones, but it's also kind of like his best ones, because this movie is like watching an action film directed by Michael Bay on steroids. That's what the movie felt like. Now, the plot is easy to follow, and I can easily say that is a big positive about the film. The plot is easy to follow, and plus you have the writers from the first two Deadpool movies as well as the two Zombieland movies writing this. And you also have Michael Bay directing this, so easily that should be a nice mix. Some ways it works, some ways it doesn't. There are parts in the movie where the writing in the movie works, and there are parts where Michael Bay's direction doesn't really work for the script that is trying to tell him. And then there is a point where the movie kind of loses itself, and it is the most craziest Michael Bay film that he's done, besides Bad Boys 2. The action is decent enough, but you can easily tell that he's usually doing his Michael Bay-isms throughout the movie, and he's just Michael Baying it up with the quick cuts, the lens flares, and the shaky cam, and all that. And it does get to a point where it does get annoying in parts, but it does have some good cinematography by Bojan Bazelli, and a decent enough musical score by Laurent. And also, for the runtime of this movie is 2 hours and 8 minutes long, so this is a very short film. And this is probably the shortest Michael Bay film besides the first Bad Boys, besides the first Transformers. And I will say that I found myself having fun with this movie for the entirety of the film. The performances are good as well. Reynolds, he is just as energetic and awesome as he is in the Deadpool movies and any role he's played. Melanie Laurent, I haven't seen her in a movie since Inglourious Basterds, and that was a pretty good movie. You also have the lovely Arjona, who was also in another Netflix movie this year called Triple Frontier. And I will say that for a good majority of the film, it does go into it. The rest of the cast is also pretty good as well. It's just that I don't know how to describe this movie, because this movie is all crazy, it's wacky, it's all messy, it's all different kinds of things. It's a hard movie for me to review, so with that being said, despite some not good editing in terms of action, despite the lack of character development, and despite the story losing itself, and despite the whole politics that this underground thing that this movie is trying to get across, I will say the Six Underground, it is one of Michael Bay's better films. It does have its issues, but it is one of his most tolerable movies of this decade. and it's probably his best film he's made in this decade. And I'm gonna give Six Underground a highly recommended. So that was my short little thoughts on Six Underground. Let me know what you guys think of Six Underground in the comment section down below. Did you like it? Do you hate it? Are you somewhere in the middle? What is your favorite and least favorite Michael Bay film? I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to follow my social media links to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, stars down below. You guys keep it cool and join the Epictasticness.